Hi everyone, my name is Soumya Mishra and I'm the founder CEO of MeraTutor.AI. In this video, we are going to talk about an interesting feature on MeraTutor.ai. It's called the coach mode. Now, what's the coach mode? Now, before trying to understand the MeraTutor.ai's coach mode, I need to explain you a concept that's called the Socratic learning. Now, what is Socratic learning? So Socrates was one of the greatest philosophers the world has ever seen, a Greek philosopher, and very ancient times used to be very popular, was a philosopher, teacher, guide to many. And the way Socrates used to teach other is not by lectures or writing books. He never wrote books. Rather, he asked a lot of questions to his disciples and he would force them to think and be critical and arrive at their own conclusions or answer. He believed that it's a much better way of learning. Plato documented this theory that he couldn't teach anybody, he could only make others think. And this is one of the best forms of learning that many of the modern educators are trying to bring into their classes. So traditional learning has been focusing on books, very recently videos where students watch videos, listen to a lecture and then try to consume information. But using the Socratic learning, instead of providing them information, you provide them questions that make the student think, get critical, analyze, and then arrive at the requisite conclusion using their own thought processes. So this is a much better way of. In today's world, learning using the Socratic method has become quite easy and convenient using AI. This is one of the best use cases of using AI in classrooms for teaching. And that is where on MeraTutor.ai, you can access Socratic method of learning for your child, for yourself, if you are a student using the MeraTutor.ai coach mode. Now, let me show you how we are going to use Socratic method or the coach mode on MeraTutor.ai to learn new things in a very refreshed and refined way. So let me quickly take you to MeraTutor.ai. This is the very familiar MeraTutor.ai dashboard. Now, in order to display you how it works, I'm going to summon the quick chat bot on MeraTutor.ai. And let's say I need to learn about the concept of day and night. So I'm going to ask it explain me the concept of day and night, on Earth. Yeah. So let's assume we want to learn about why do days and night occur on Earth. And here on the chatbot, there is this option with a bulb icon, and it's enable the coach mode. If you have to enable the coach mode, if you have to use the Socratic method, you need to turn it on. So I just turned it on and it appears blue now. So let me send this question to the MeraTutor.ai chatbot. There it is. So now let's see. Okay, so as you may have seen that, the moment we ask questions to the MeraTutor.ai chatbot, it would give us direct answers, right? But now something's changed. After we enable the coach mode, instead of direct answers, you can see that there is a quiz or a question, right? So it says day and night are caused by the way the Earth moves in space relative to the sun. Essentially, when one side of the Earth faces the sun, right? So it explains us few concepts about why day and night occurs. To start our exploration, let's focus on the primary motion responsible for this cycle. Which of the following motion of the Earth causes the regular cycle of day and night? So there's a question for the student to think and answer rather than memorize the information. So that's the basic difference. Yeah. So in this case, I think I will go with I know the answer is Earth's rotation, but for the sake of this video, I'll say A, the Earth's revolution. I know that's the incorrect answer, but let's see how the AI responds to it. So it says let's think a bit more deeply about timing involved. So, it subtly tells me that I did not choose the right option. So there's this quiz that we are playing, between the student, the AI, and we are trying to understand the concept of day and night. So please choose the option that best describes the spinning motion. So this time I'm going to choose B, which I think is the correct answer. The Earth's rotation on its axis causes day and night. So we just chose it. That's correct. Rotation, the spinning of the earth on its axis, is what causes the cycle of day and night. Now, again, there's more question, right? This does not stop there. So which part of the earth experiences daylight, the side facing directly away from sun, towards sun? Of course, the answer is towards sun, so I'm going to choose B. So, you can see that, instead of just telling us the answer in a couple of lines, now we are forcing the student to think, not only to arrive at the answer, but the different, areas where you could learn more around the question we just asked, right? So this is refreshing. This is going to help the student clear his or her concepts like never before. And if you are somebody in India, if you're somebody, following the CBSE curriculum, you know that CBSE wants the student now to be proficient in concepts, and they're trying to, make sure the student just don't go with rote information or rote learning. So this feature is really going to help the students get proficient with concept. So here again, there is a question. The side of the earth facing directly towards the sun experiences daylight. So that's the correct thing. What's happening in the opposite side? So I think night. So I'll go with A. So I'm just trying to, finish this sequence so that you know what to expect from the coach mode on MeraTutor.AI. So that is again correct. And now the question that, MeraTutor is asking is, let's quantify this cycle. Approximately how long does it take for the Earth to complete one full rotation on its axis? And I know it is 24 hours, so I'll go with B. So amazing, isn't it? So instead, I asked it, explain me the concept of day and night, and it's trying to ask me questions about everything pertaining to this particular question. So all my concepts are kind of clear, right? So that's amazing. And this is a wonderful way to learn. What do you think? So here again, there is the question. Since the Earth is constantly rotating, different parts of the globe enter and leave the sunlight sequentially. That leads to the concept of time zones. Yeah. So now we are introducing the concept of time zones. We never asked for it, but it's related. So we are asking it to the student. Amazing way to run. I'm excited. So considering that the Earth rotates eastward, it is noon midday in London. What time it will be in location directly to the east of London? So I think it will be later than noon. So a place like India, it would be later than noon if it's noon in London. So let's check. Yep, that's correct. So now we have successfully covered the primary cause and mechanism of day and night. To continue exploring Earth motions, we can look into what causes the seasons, which is related to a different motion. So I guess with the revolution, so there is a follow-up question, seasons. So I'll just stop here in the interest of time and the video doesn't get any longer. But you see that we asked it one question and it probably asked me 7 or 8 different questions, made me think. And imagine when you're doing that to a student trying to learn something, we totally kind of, change the concept of, how we have been trained to learn ourselves. We are introducing deep learning, critical thinking to our children, the students, when we use Socratic way of learning using coach mode on MeraTutor.AI. How you're going to use this. There's another way I want to show you. So this was like, the normal chatbot where I was using the coach mode. If you go to courses and, let's say I want to learn one of my school recommended subjects like geography. And if I take you to a chapter like natural vegetation, and over here, if I take you to one of the exercises, So at the back of the chapter, how are evergreen forests different from this? So what are the causes of deforestation? So even here, when you choose any of the question and you enable the coach mode, it's very simple to enable it. I just enable the coach mode, clicking on the bulb icon, and I say answer. So what you notice is instead of providing, you know, direct questions, so or direct answers, we are trying to now provide questions or play a kind of a quiz with the student, right? Like this. And this is going to deepen the understanding of the student like never before. So if I don't use the coach mode, and I'm going to just show you the difference. If I ask the same question, what are the causes of deforestation? And I'm going to say answer in short, and I'm going to send it to the chatbot. So now you can expect that there is not going to be any question, but there is going to be a direct answer, like how you see. So causes of deforestation are agricultural expansion, construction activities, logging, mining, and so on, right? So there wasn't any quiz that I was showing you prior to this, but the moment you turn on the coach mode and you try to ask it a question like, how is wildlife useful to us? For example, I turn on the coach mode, I said answer in short, and I ask the question again. I enable coach mode. Let's see again. So in here, you can see that the chatbot does not provide a direct answer. So instead, it's starting to play a quiz with us. And this is where learning completely changes. And that is kind of the recommended approach to learn. Now, you might ask, why we provided both the options. We are providing the option to use the coach mode, and you can also disable it. Now, it depends. Like if you have a lot of time and you want to explore a particular topic, you could use coach mode, but sometimes learning using coach mode does take time. So as you can see, in order to like learn about something, there are 7, 8, 10 different questions that you have to go through. So it's, a time consuming process. Effective, much more, yes, maybe 10 to 15%, more effective. Learning, recall of information is great, but it's going to take more time. So that's the reason, we allow on MeraTutor.AI for you to disable and enable it based on your requirements, right? So do try the MeraTutor.AI coach mode on MeraTutor.AI. I'm sure you can log in using a free account to MeraTutor.ai and start exploring the coach mode. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.